There is nothing Stormont needs more than a radical opposition. People before profit will provide it. We are told that it's an achievement that the outgoing assembly lasted 4 years, and maybe it is. But we believe there's more anxiety about the future now than there was 4 years ago.
Politics in general has just completely let everything down.
I would say the Assembly is working for the politicians. They're getting plenty of money.
But certainly in the time I've been here, I can see there's less jobs and things available.
You know, it seems like we're taking one step forward and 2 steps back all the time.
We say there is a more positive way forward and no need for savage cuts. The money is there. More than £100 billion in tax dodged every year by banks, big businesses and super rich individuals. If they were made to pay their fair share, there would be no budget deficit.
Older people like me, pensioners, we're not getting nothing. They're talking now about cutting the heating allowance.
I think the more cuts and things there are, especially within the public sector and job losses, there'll be less money available locally for people to spend.
It's going to affect everybody.
The welfare cuts which come in this month, hitting disability benefit, housing benefits, unemployment payments and so on, will mean less money in the pockets of people who are already on the poverty line. The Stormont and Westminster administrations have no mandate for this. They are imposing the cuts demanded by the bankers and speculators who caused the recession in the first place. We will expose the parties which vote through budgets that make cuts inevitable.
I was doing a business and marketing course in Magee, and now I can't really find much employment in Derry, so I'm working in the bingo.
I mean, there's a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy, and money's been spent on that, as opposed to frontline services like nurses.
And a lot of young people my age just seem to go away to university and leave.
We should be creating thousands of jobs for our young people through a massive public work scheme, building houses, creating the green industries of the future. None of this should be dependent on private firms making profit.
Like, to pay all that money to the banks for them messing up doesn't make any sense at all.
I think the banks should have been punished and fined, because people are out there working God knows how many hours and to fund, to prop up a system that's just archaic and self-involved.
In February this year, 2 people before profit TDs were elected in the South, alongside 3 other members of the United Left Alliance, on a clear platform of refusing to bail out the banks from public funds. We want to build on that, and we want to make links with those in Britain who are campaigning along the same lines.
Governments haven't really led the change in the past, and it's sort of down to different groups within society to actually lead the change.
They get caught up in too much of what's going on, the politics and the inter-party stuff, and forget about the people they're meant to be representing.
All across these islands, the people at the bottom are being made to pay for the crimes against society perpetrated by the people at the top. We will use whatever clout and credibility that comes from membership of the Assembly to organise at grassroots level, to defend jobs and to resist cuts.
I think we do need to change somehow. We need to stop thinking of ourselves as parties and start thinking about the community. Maybe people themselves getting more involved, getting back into politics.
A big thing that does hold Northern Ireland back is that mindset of Protestant Catholic, and people really need to get past that.
They still tend to use that to gain votes, and stuff. You still see it about, and it's the same old slogans, the same old things.
Amidst all the squabbling between orange and green, all of the main parties put the drive for profit before the needs of people. We need to stand up and demand a new direction. Put people before profit.
You put the people before the profit. You put the need